Hello, America. Anyone out there? Anyone? Anyone? This is Sean Bianca with true news for President-elect Donald Trump. Yes, this is GOP Girl. Why am I dressed like this? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love all of you. I love all of you. I'm so sorry. I've lost my voice. And I nearly lost my mind earlier this year. Okay. Yes. That's me imitating Meryl Streep. And last night's Golden Globes. All right, Hollywood, you know what? Meryl Streep and Hollywood, there was a time when people across the world would look to Hollywood for fashion and would look to Hollywood for beauty. And last night we see Meryl Streep without a stitch of makeup on, glasses, and looking like a washwoman. I mean, excuse me, Meryl Streep, do your job, okay? Be Hollywood. Can you at least do that? Can you handle that? I have to ask you. I mean, I'm sorry, but I have had it with Hollywood. And for the record, I didn't watch last night's Golden Globes, okay? Because frankly, I can't stomach watching the award shows anymore from Hollywood. I won't watch it precisely because of what happened last night. Because you have some overrated actor. President-elect Donald Trump was right when this morning he tweeted that Meryl Streep was overrated. Yes, she's overrated. You know what? I just want to show everyone. There was a time, okay? Because I don't support Hollywood, I don't even buy these rags anymore. But I bought OK Magazine, okay? Because the Trump daughters were on the cover, okay? But see this? That's Grace Kelly. That's beauty. That's Hollywood, okay? Here we go. And we have Audrey Hepburn. Remember her? That's beauty. And we have Marilyn Monroe. That's beauty and that's sexy. Meryl Streep, you're not even close to Grace Kelly. And I was disgusted with this magazine. What is this? OK Magazine. They put Jennifer Lawrence as the number one Hollywood's most beautiful of all time. I think Grace Kelly is far more beautiful. I don't even think they put Elizabeth Taylor in here. But that's when Hollywood used to be Hollywood. And last night, watching Meryl Streep, first of all, where did she get that dress? Right now, I'm wearing something that was supposed to sort of look like what Meryl Streep had on, but I don't have mirrors. I merely have I have this little button, but frankly, I couldn't find anything ugly enough in my closet to imitate Meryl Streep. We're at the Golden Globes, we're receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award, and we wear a dress with colored mirrors, no makeup, glasses, and I mean, lady, after 40, everyone needs makeup, okay? Even you. And I never thought she was all that to begin with. And you know what? I didn't really like any of her movies. I liked her the best in The Devil Wears Prada. But, poor Vince Vaughn and Mel Gibson. Two of the few conservatives. I mean, the looks on their faces at the Golden Globes last night, priceless. I mean, the poor guys. And there were other people that were in the audience that were not clapping, that were not really giving, they obviously did not look happy. But the problem is in Hollywood, if you speak out in favor of a conservative candidate, you don't work. So many of the conservatives in Hollywood no longer speak out. But yes, Meryl Streep made the comment because she was talking about how all of these actors were foreigners. Well, Meryl Streep, President-elect Donald Trump doesn't want to deport all people that come in from abroad, okay? What has she been smoking? No, he simply wants to deport all illegal immigrants. All illegal immigrants, and a lot of illegal immigrants that are raping American citizens, that are killing American citizens, that are stealing from American citizens. So no, President-elect Donald Trump, this is where, Meryl Streep, don't be a drama queen. Seriously. Yes, and she said that if you threw all of them out, you'd be watching football and martial arts. Well, you know what, Ms. Meryl Streep? Frankly, I'd rather watch football than watch you. I'd rather watch football than most of what Hollywood puts out these days. Because frankly, it's not worth watching. I don't go to the movies anymore because of the liberals in Hollywood. I don't buy these rag magazines anymore because it's liberal Hollywood. It's too bad for the few conservatives, but that's how I feel. But Meryl Streep also went and, she was talking about the reporter. So let's talk about that. Let's get this over and done with, okay? Because she's talking about the most, the most famous performance of all, or whatever the heck she said. And we all know how Donald Trump imitated the reporter. Oh, I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said. Well, okay. First of all, the hands when Trump was saying, oh, I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said. Okay. All right. Let's get that out of the way. Because the reporter, Serge Kowalski, okay, who now works for the New York Times, cannot move his hands. Okay. He has a congenital, he has a congenital condition where his hand is like this. So if President-elect Donald Trump truly wanted to imitate Mr. Serge Kowalski, he would have had his hand like this, and I'm not making fun of it, but I'm saying if the president-elect wanted to make fun of this disabled reporter, then he would have held his hand in like this and would have been like, oh, I don't know what he said. No, I guess he can't move it. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said. Okay, now let's get to how the reporter lied. All right? What it is President-elect Donald Trump was on, with, what's his name? I can't even think of his name. George Stephanopoulos, okay? He was talking about the reports of 9/11, and he was saying that New Jersey has a large Arab American population, and they were actually celebrating as the Twin Towers were coming down. And he said there were people cheering on the other side of New Jersey, where you have a large Arab population. I know it might not be politically correct. This is somewhat what President-elect Donald Trump said for you to talk about, but there were people cheering as those buildings came down. And that tells you something. Okay, he was trying to make his point about the Arab Americans. And you know what? I just like to step in and put my own point. The day of 9/11, I was supposed to teach a tennis lesson to an Iraqi. This man was a doctor, and when the Twin Towers, when the first one went down, I was actually teaching a lesson. I went home after a couple of lessons, and I was getting calls with people canceling their tennis lessons. And I thought, in light of what's happened, the United States has been attacked. And it just doesn't seem right to be stepping on a tennis court while people are dying, jumping from buildings, and people are burning alive. It just didn't seem right. And so I called my Iraqi student who took many lessons from me, and he was a doctor. And I said, in light of what's happened, I think we should cancel the class, as you're actually my only class, because everyone understandably wants to see what's on TV. And this Iraqi man said, are you afraid they're going to bomb the tennis courts? That's an Iraqi American for you. That's an Iraqi American who was a doctor, who also took Islam classes at the University of Miami. Now, that just proves a point that many Arab Americans, yes, they celebrated 9/11. And President-elect Donald Trump was absolutely right. Because you know what? The reporter that President-elect Donald Trump is being accused of mocking, and that Meryl Streep feels so sorry for, he lied. A liar is a liar. I don't care if you're disabled. I don't care what you are. A liar is a liar. And he wrote this story for the Washington Post on September 18th, 2001. He wrote, quote unquote, in Jersey City, within hours of two jetliners plowing into the World Trade Center, law enforcement authorities detained and questioned a number of people who were allegedly seen celebrating the attacks and holding tailgate-style parties on rooftops while they watched the devastation on the other side of the river. That's poor Serge Kovalevsky. He's a liar. And he was caught in a lie. He now works for the New York Times, and of course he was quite embarrassed, and that's why President-elect Donald Trump, I mean, what he was mocking was the fact that he was acting like he didn't know what he said. No. President-elect Donald Trump did not mock a disabled reporter. Again, if he had, he would have done this, not that. Now, another point. Since we all know that most of Hollywood is liberal, I just think I should point out who the few conservatives in Hollywood are so that you know who to support. Jon Voight, Kid Rock, Willie Robertson, Gary Busey, Loretta Lynn, Teresa, whatever her name is, from the New Jersey Housewives. Not a real, well, she's kind of a celebrity. Actually, I always liked her. Tila Tequila. I don't even know who part of these people are, because like I said, I don't watch anymore. I don't go to movies. I saw the movie Benghazi. I think that was the last movie that I saw. Otherwise, I do Netflix now and then, because I am not paying whatever it is, $12, $15 to watch liberal Hollywood get on an award show and bash our president. I didn't see a one conservative step up at the Academy Awards, at the Golden Globes, at the Oscars, and bash Obama during his presidency. Did you see it? No, you didn't see it once. That's because conservatives have something called class, something liberals know little to nothing about. And by the way, I didn't see Meryl Streep getting on Joe Biden's back and just completely bashing him when, does anyone remember Vice President Joe Biden, when he was giving a speech and he says, oh, stand up, and he's looking at a guy in a wheelchair, stand up. Oh, God love you. Sorry. I mean, no one said anything to him. Anyway, let's get back to the conservatives in Hollywood, the few that there are. Jesse James, Wayne Newton, Mike Ditka, Coach, cool guy. Ivana Trump. Yes, President-elect Donald Trump's ex-wife supported him. Ann Coulter, of course we knew that. Dennis Rodman, Hulk Hogan, Lou Ferrigno, whatever his name is, Ferrigno. Aisa Wayne, John Wayne's daughter, who said that her father would be proud at what President-elect Donald Trump had done. Ted Nugent, Scott Baio, Kirstie Alley, Aaron Carter, who said he changed his mind, but then I think he tweeted or something, congratulations or whatever. See, because that's the whole thing. Even though this list is, this is a list of like, I don't know, 30 names or something. Paul O'Neill, former New York Yankee, Buffalo Bills, Richie Incognito, former New York Yankee, Johnny Denson, Antonio Sabato Jr., Omarosa, Stacey Dash, Gene Simmons. I love Gene Simmons. Have you watched him? I love him. He's from Kiss. Remember? Yes, that's from my era. Coach Bobby Knight, Dana White, Natalie Gulbis, the golfer. Cool. And Jesse Ventura. But like I said, you know what? You're going to have, and then of course we know Vince Vaughn. And we also have Mel Gibson, who had to sit through that debacle last night of Meryl Streep's lovely speech. Okay. I've had it. Hollywood, I don't care. Most of America doesn't care what Hollywood thinks of President-elect Donald Trump. I've been on Twitter today. I have been completely criticized. I've had some of the most vile statements made to me, all because I said that I boycotted the Golden Globes. These liberals, they are a nasty bunch. Meanwhile, Meryl Streep just, she wants to let the foreigners in. And yet I'm watching a report tonight with ISIS, and they have children killing people. So that's what we're dealing with, people. We are dealing with radical Islam, which if we do not do something about it and defeat it ASAP, it is going to defeat us. And yet we have liberals in Hollywood that use the Golden Globes, which should be, the Golden Globes, Hollywood, just FYI, that should be what people do. When people turn on the television and they want to watch an award show of the movies that they may have seen throughout the year, they want to be entertained. They want to escape their lives. They want to escape what's going on at the moment, and they want to look at the pretty gowns. They want to look at the hair and